do wonder if Makoto's ever going to join an adventuring party. I'm going to start with the end of episode 5 of Campfire Cooking, None of the World of My Absurd Skills Season 2, because if you watch the little chibi animation at the end of the credits, they do ask an interesting question where we cut back to Makoto's old adventuring party where they're talking about how they just met up and the food was really nice, and they're wondering, ooh, would Makoto ever let us join his party? And I hope not. I do think that it is interesting, obviously, creature collecting. You have Dora, Sui, and Fel. And not only would this add so many additional mouths to feed, it would kind of throw off the dynamic of things. I mean, things are already running so smoothly. Fel, Dora, and Sui can all carry their own weight. Makoto cooks, which I'll talk about when we talk about the final boss. But overall, I think that they should just keep it a, like, creature collecting. Maybe they'll add additional creatures. I don't really have a problem with that as long as they don't get a little too much where we start having, like, a full zoo and you can't give each character their time to shine. But with this episode, as we go to defeat the final boss of the dungeon, we get to see some really nice teamwork. Now, I am a little upset. I don't want to say upset, but they really montaged their way through most of this dungeon, both in the other episodes and especially this episode, where you just kind of a slide presentation as they go down the different floors. I'm not saying I wanted big, epic moments on every single floor, but it was kind of like a, okay, I guess, whatever, let's get to the good part. And when we got to the good part, they're finally battling against the final boss, and it is too strong for even Fel to handle by himself. So you have Sui throwing the acid, you have Dora throwing flames, Fel obviously comes in there with the final swoop, and it was just nice to see them all working together in combat. This isn't the first time we've seen them working together, but it is always nice when one of them isn't just rushing in and defeating, typically, Fel, because it is just a family. These are all family, and they're all adorable. But the one thing, and I'm going to try not to complain about this too much anymore, but Makoto didn't pull his weight at all. He cooked some amazing meals, and I'm so glad that I've made the rule for myself that I'm not allowed to watch this show on an empty stomach. I have to be eating dinner or just finished dinner, because that ending buffet with the corn dogs and the other foods, scrumptious. Makoto is cooking, literally and figuratively. Is there a cookbook for this show? I do think that would be something that would be obvious, but also interesting, where if they did an actual cookbook for the show, or if they release like little recipe videos that wasn't just like what's flashing up on the screen, because sometimes they do give you somewhat instructions and ingredients, but they don't really give you like a, this is exactly how you make it, because some of these things be looking real good. And well, we don't really have like Rockbird in the real world. We could find alternatives, but I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Drop a like and follow while you're there. And as always, stay nerdy.